Hi everyone, welcome to today's morning report with me, Rich Perry, market analyst at Tech Markets on Wednesday the 17th of December. These European trading markets have started off negatively, and that's come after the sharp decline we saw on Wall Street yesterday. Big volatility remains in these markets, and the oil price is a major reason behind that, continues to fall away. Some slight signs of support, but nothing significant yet, nothing to really get behind. But you do get the impression that on any stability in the oil price, you may well see that these markets, these financial markets, may well start to just calm down a little bit. And also, we've had in the last 24 hours all this volatility around the Russian Ruble, following on from the rate hike of the Russian central bank and the run on the ruble that we've seen subsequently from that. But these markets remain incredibly volatile, and it is a key feature of what is going on at the moment. In terms of currencies, certainly the dollar remains well, it was under pressure yesterday, and what we saw was a big move to the downside. This is the dollar index chart that you can see here, and we're back to this big uptrend that we've seen since August, and we're testing that uptrend. Uptrend is holding though, interesting, because we've had a bit of a rebound in the dollar today, and this move that we've seen has arguably sort of neutralised some of the outlook on some of these forex pairs. But we are into a little bit of uncertainty, I think, in that regard, and we are coming up to the crucial element of the week in terms of the economic announcements. Anyway, and that is the FOMC tonight, 7 o'clock UK time. The FOMC will announce its latest monetary policy, and the expectation is that the FOMC may well now be looking to remove those two keywords, considerable time, from the statement, and that would suggest that it sort of pushes on the path towards tightening, and sort of opens the way towards maybe over the coming months them being able to tighten. And that's tonight, and the market is at it is really expecting this move at the moment. It's not broad consensus in terms of expecting this move, but it is sort of more than 50-50 chance, I think. But we'll see how this one impacts the market. It certainly has been down. Certainly the market has been negative in front of this data. And the flight to safety remains, actually, these US Treasuries and the yen yesterday, especially in favour, and that has been one of the key reasons why the dollar has been correcting. Now we'll look very quickly at the VIX, because the VIX has been a considerable source of volatility, and one of the reasons why these markets have been well, it just sort of depicts the flight to safety that we are seeing in these equity markets. And I think that whilst the VIX remains elevated, I don't think we'll be seeing any real support in these markets, and I sort of focused on that in my mid-morning update yesterday. In terms of data today, we've got the US CPI, US inflation, out at 1:30 UK time, and that is expected just to drop actually to 1.4% from 1.7%, and that again, that would cause probably a little bit of dollar weakness potentially if that came through. Certainly, if it disappointed on the downside, that may well cause some dollar weakness. And as it would also give the Fed more excuse not to sort of move in any hawkish direction as well. So that would be what we'd see at 1:30 potentially. But my chart of the day is the silver chart, actually, and I've been looking at so obviously looking at gold recently, and silver has been much more volatile than gold. But it's interesting because the gold price, I'll show you in the chart in a bit. The gold price has been finding some support, but the silver price was volatile, sharply volatile yesterday, but closed well below the support of the previous low, and that takes silver to a 2-week low, actually, and sort of now means that the outlook on silver, which had been improving quite promisingly, actually now sort of turns it much more neutral, and also the fact that these momentum indicators are beginning to roll over, it becomes a little bit concerning actually to the downside. The stochastics, for example, are gathering momentum to the downside. Also, the MACD lines have crossed over on that neutral line, which I never really like to see signals like that, because I think that's a fairly bearish signal. Yeah, I'm just a little bit concerned near term now for this silver chart. In terms of the intraday levels, certainly you would say that in the last few days, last 4 days or so, we've had a sequence of lower highs coming in. And look at that volatile move yesterday, that sharp correction down from 1662 towards the low of 1550. So a big 5% swing, 4-5% swing on that. What am I talking about? That's yeah, that's a significant swing, much more than 4-5%. Anyway, sorry, my maths is dreadful. So yes, it looks as though that is a big sharp move to the downside, and we're seeing all these momentum indicators roll over on the hourly chart. And also, not only that, we're now back below, as I said, to a 2-week low, below all this support. Around 16.15 had been a bit of an element of support, but that was broken yesterday and sharply to the downside. So that now becomes a bit of an area of resistance. Obviously, the key resistance would be yesterday's reaction high at 16.60, but that is considerably up from where we are at the moment. But certainly, the outlook on the momentum indicators as well remains pretty weak. And with the RSI now falling into below 30, and sort of now just taking on more of a bearish outlook, certainly also the MACD lines as well. So I think the silver price is now under pressure, and certainly the reaction today has been pretty neutral, but hardly been able to regain any of the lost ground. So I think once again it could be that silver has potentially lost its upside impetus that it had been forming quite nicely, but it looks like it's lost a bit of its way to the upside. Anyway, I wish you good luck in your trading today. Don't forget, as I said, the US inflation data at 1:30, and then obviously the FOMC being the big announcement of the day. But I wish you good luck, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.